Hi there, I'm Katrina Gibson, and this is Lab 7 for Cybersecurity. So we're going to look at the firewall rules for my PF Sense. So before we look at the actual firewall rules, I set up aliases just to make it easier when setting up the rules. So my Kali IP, here we go. This is my LAN network, my web server IP, and my Windows server IP. So just had those up so that when I got to do the firewall, I just did from my Kali IP to whatever the destination was. So these are my WAN rules. This is my ICMP, so Kali is allowed to ping anyone on the LAN network. This one here is for HTTP, HTTPS for my web server, and then this is allowing the SMB share for the Windows 2016 server. The only one I really added on this one was the FTP one. Okay, so now we're going to do some tests of the rules from Kali Linux here. So here we're going to ping my Apache server. And the ping's working. So next we're going to curl Apache's site. So this is HTTP. And so here we got Apache's site here. Yeah, this is all looking familiar. And then we can also curl using HTTPS. The curl to the HTTPS is just would work if I had everything set up properly, so it's not blocked by the firewall it's being allowed through. We can also nmap port 80 and 443 for the web server and see that they're both open. You can also nmap the SMB share 445 for the Windows server. We can see that's open as well. We go back here and we're just disable the HTTP one, that, and curl HTTP. We are unable to do so because the firewall is now blocking it. And that comes from the implicit deny rule, where it denies everything unless you add allows throughout the firewall. We go back here and we re-enable it, apply the changes, go back to Kali, and then we were able to see the curl again. Now it's time for the custom snort rules. So I'll just show what they look like, how were they created, and then I'll show off how they work. Here are the custom rules. They all follow a similar structure. So say for this one is for the ICMP. Here it generates an alert for the ICMP, any to my network. And then this is the message it will give when the alert pops up, type of the attack, and then the SID. So they all have very similar kind of structures here. Down here, this is for the emotet, which I will not actually try to do, but what would actually show up. I'm gonna go to the LAN. Doesn't have as many on here, but still we got a couple. HTTP traffic, FTP for Facebook. So we have it configured on both the WAN and the LAN, because the WAN is the interface that monitors the incoming traffic from Kali. The LAN interface monitors the outbound traffic from my other VM on my network. So first we're going to start with the WAN alerts. So from Kali, if we ping the web server, go back here and we'll just refresh. You can see the local ICMP ping to LAN host. And if we do the HTTPS connection to the web server as well, here we go, local HTTPS connection to web server. Here we go, if we try to SSH into my Metasploitable VM here. And here we go, local SSH temp to Metasploitable. Next is the nmap xmis tree scan. We're just going to use web server here. And was detected. Okay, then it's nmap UDP scans. We can go back and see. There we go, local UDP scan detected. And now I'm going to do the SYN flood. So there we go, local possible SYN flood going on. Now I'm going to see if the alert will work when I try an Eternal Blue exploit against my Windows 2016 server. So here we go, I'm just using this one here. And this is the 2016 server IP address, and then you're going to run it. So let's see if so here we go, got possible SMB exploit activity, because it could sense that it tried to attempt that. A quick change in my firewall rules to accompany my two custom snort rules. So here we're just to allow FTP and telnet through the firewall, just for this, to show how it works. This is on the WAN side. Because I got my two custom rules here, FTP and telnet. Telnet's supposed to detect insecure remote access attempts, and FTP to detect file transfer attempts. So we're just going to test both of those on here. So we're going to try the FTP access attempt to the web server, and then check within here. So local FTP access attempt, and then we're going to go over to the telnet. So we're going to telnet web server, unable to connect, but we can see here local telnet access attempt. Now it's time for the XSS attempt. Here local possible XSS attempt. Got the SQL injection, and we got here local possible SQL injection attempt. Okay, now we are on the land rules. Here we go. So from here, I was able to curl facebook.com, and we got here Facebook. This is coming from the Open App ID rules, where it specifically tells me which site I'm using. So if we do the same thing for YouTube, back here, and I see YouTube. So it's that was from that kind of rule. But I did have the rule set up for showing the Facebook. It's just that the Open App ID kind of took over that one. So mine would be LAN Facebook access detected, stuff like this. The custom rules is this FTP outbound. So that was my part 2, all the rules. So now I'm just gonna work on part 3, and then we'll come back for this. Now we're on part 3, snort in IPS mode. So first we're going to show how configured snort to block a source IP based on alert generated. So we're just going to do it here, block vendors. We're going to leave IPS in legacy mode, going to kill states, and we're going to block it from the source IP. And the nmap scan, and we can see here for blocked that this is the Cali's IP address, so it is now blocked. And here are all the alert descriptions I'm getting. Try pinging, see if it's blocked or not. So we can see now that the Kali is now blocked from even pinging. No matter what the firewall says, it's been blocked from the snort rules. Now it's time for the IP reputation blacklist. So right now I have removed my Kali from my block list. So we're just going to create an IP list. We'll name it blacklist. And I'm just going to put Kali's IP address in it and save. And we're going to here for the blacklist. Changes. Blacklist is working like it should. So it's being blocked just because of the blacklist. And again, here we got IP rep. There's all the settings here using the blacklist, priority of blacklist. Just have this checked, and there we go. So now we'll go into part 4, implement fail to ban, and I'll come back after that. Back for part 4, this is the fail to ban. This is blocking the SSH attempt. So I didn't film the actual SSH attempt going on, but I attempted it, and now it says connection refused. That is because I implemented fail to ban on my web server. So here, firewall rich rules, the default, and I set the eternal as the default because that's what I was SSHing from, was from my pfSense into my web server. And so here's all my things that's going on here for port 22. So this is, we have 3 attempts to log in within a minute, and then it bans you for 10 minutes if you fail. And we can see the status here. So we have IP ban list is This is my pfSense IP address, and number in jail. So now pfSense won't be able to SSH again for 10 minutes. And I'm gonna go with part 5, and then that'll be it. Thank you. Okay, so we're back in class for my part 5. Just to show here, got my switch all set up. So we have the network adapter coming from the wall, plugging into the switch. And then we got another network adapter plugging into my computer from the switch. And then as a second NIC, we have another Ethernet cable plugging in to an adapter right here, which is plugged into my Kali Linux. So here's my span config on here. So monitor session 1, so the source is the port 2 on the switch, which is what I have my actual computer to my switch plugged into, the first one. And then the destination for the span mirroring is going to go to my second NIC, the one with the adapter. So that's just my configuration there. So here's what it looks like, show monitor session 1. So we got local session, and then you got both for the gigabit 2, and then destination ports is gigabit 3. So here's my TCP dump. So we gotta go in here. This is specifically using my actual computer's IP address, which is 114. So we had all this traffic going between 114 and just other IPs. So that's using my desktop's actual IP address. And then here's my Wireshark. Right now this is only looking, again, was using my IP address. So we have all this traffic here. You can search Facebook, go to YouTube, all the different sites, Spotify, and using my computer's IP address. Not exactly sure what I'm supposed to see, if I'm supposed to know how it works, but I believe it is. So I am just going to leave it at that because I feel like it's working enough, and I've had a couple headaches with this adapter not properly working. So thank you very much.